Good morning and welcome back to the Morning Commute with Hopi living in the city. I hope you are doing well. It is Thursday. We are closer and closer to the weekend. It's a cool 55 degrees outside, and I'm not even sure what the high or low is going to be. And so we are taking a different route to work this morning. We are going to try out the 143 option. That is, I think it's almost complete, but we'll find out. I got me my cup of coffee, and I didn't bring anything for lunch or breakfast, so I'm thinking, I don't know, maybe we'll stop by an ATM somewhere. We'll see. So let's see what's going on in the news. Let's see what traffic's like.
Available in so many delicious varieties. Jasinski said should look for regulations that can safely be suspended or streamlined, which raises a question. If some building regulations can safely be suspended, does California need them at all? The writer Mark Dunkelman thinks in some cases California does not. Everyone in California acknowledges that it's just too hard to build. It's just too hard to change things. Dunkelman has a forthcoming book called Why Nothing Works. He says governments across this country have added years to many projects, even decades, by mandating environmental reviews or permitting requirements and more. Now, Dunkelman is politically progressive. He's in favor of an environmental review. His real concern is that people living near a project, or political activists, or local officials, just about anybody, can use the process to object to a plan and drag it out or kill it. He says his fellow progressives are responsible. They pushed for more requirements in response to the government's building of highways in the 20th century. There was a central figure named Robert Moses who was sort of the czar of everything on the New York City landscape, and he had power for 40 years, and he was enormously effective at building roads and tearing down neighborhoods and building up public works, much to certain people's detriment and to other people's benefit. And we awoke to that with a famous book in 1974 called The Power Broker and saw how abusive he had been. And so we've spent the last 50 years trying to prevent that sort of situation from recurring. And inadvertently, we've stopped good things from happening as well. But isn't this good in a country with individual rights? That if I own a house and I'm upset about the thing that's being built down the street, I have all these tools to object and question it? You're absolutely right. There needs to be some sort of process. It just can't be endless. And we've swung from one extreme where folks like Robert Moses could do almost whatever they wanted without anybody being able to say anything, to another where almost any objection stops everything cold. You mentioned public works, but has this also affected private real estate, the housing that most of us live in? Absolutely. That's one crisis where we have too few homes in this country. That's why prices are up on the main. It's almost impossible for someone who wants to build a big new housing development to get approval expeditiously.
And they were paying 0% tariffs, and now they're paying up to 35%
Oh
tariffs
boy.
to account for all the different tariffs that are already in place. That is a big cost difference, and it's very possible that that gets passed down to the consumer.
Today's the last day for federal workers to decide if they want to take up President Trump on his offer to quit their jobs. Here's ABC's Christiane Cordero.
Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE, says it's working to drastically slash the federal workforce. According to the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid, DOGE now has access to their systems, which provide coverage for over.
That sign back there said exit freeway ASAP, and I could see some lights up there, so see what we're gonna do here. I probably need to pull off and route my way in. We shall see. So anyone headed into Central Phoenix this morning, you might want to triple check your route. Just to make sure You're not late. So I'm thinking maybe, I don't know. I thought maybe the 101 to the 202, but I don't know. It's not even 5:30 and it's already messed up. So I better warn the missus. It's probably safer just to go down to the 101 and then up, because but I'm not sure what that traffic's like in the around the time we commute. I don't know how it's still flowing on that side if we're being asked to get off, unless everybody's cutting in here in this lane. And I wonder where the accident is.
Busy weekend at home. On Friday night, they're in their fourth matchup against the Utah Jazz, who they've scored 3 wins against this season. Saturday night, the Denver Nuggets also in their fourth in-season matchup against the Suns. That's sports. I'm Brandon King for KTAR News.
Here's a scenario I think that we can all relate to here in Arizona. Driving down I-10, minding your own business, and bam! A rock cracks your windshield. That could ruin your whole day. But take a breath. Rocks happen. I mean, we basically live in a pile of rocks anyway. Call or visit newvisionautoglass.com and see if you qualify for a guaranteed minimum of $100 all the way up to $375. Instant cash back. That's pretty much free money. Okay, so let's run down the checklist. Mobile service? Check. New Vision Auto Glass comes to you. Your insurance rates stay the same. Check. See, Arizona's a no-fault state, so if you're properly covered, no raising of insurance rates, and no cost to you. And the best part, right after New Vision replaces your windshield, they'll give you instant cash back of up to $375. And that ends the checklist. Also, because you had a monkey wrench thrown in your day, New Vision Auto Glass wants to treat you to dinner. Every customer gets a free all-you-can-eat buffet voucher from the famous Brazilian steakhouse Rodizio Grill. So call 480-210-9090 or go to newvisionautoglass.com, a proud partner of the Arizona Diamondbacks.
About a little extra fat.
Stop being so vain. Just be happy in your body. Easier said than done. After doing 41,000 cool sculpting treatments and tens of thousands of consults, we know how you feel in your...
It looks like they're blocking the on-ramp as well from up there. You could see it. So there's probably a rollover over here somewhere around between maybe around Ray and Elliott. There's a few options to consider. It looks like it's maybe not too far up. We probably got past it right there. Up, maybe if you hop on by Elliott, you might be okay.
Number 1 by ranking Arizona in landscape design build.
I'm surprised the radio hasn't mentioned anything yet. See, they're blocking it right there. ADOT is blocking it. Well, Mr. Leadfoot's really on it, man. So yeah, let me let the missus know